What not here, and welcome to Let's Play Dominions 4. Last time we left off, our nascent empire was being sandwiched on two sides by Kailasa on the north and Wenheim on the east. You know, this map actually has about 18 to 19 provinces per player, but we can reasonably expect to get about 12. That's not all that good, but I guess we'll have to do with what we have. Right. I've given all the orders I can. Let's roll the turnover. 2 battles in Blue Glacier. Most importantly, yes. Kailasa got fucked. Those war shamblers are scary, but we had a pretty large amount of troops ourselves. Alright. No actual casualties against independence. That's good. Unexpected event. Lightless lantern. That's a good find. This thing attracts horrors from beyond the veil, so this dryad is now eligible to being eaten by brain-sucking monsters from beyond the void, but it also gets a hefty bonus to research, so I'll guess she has to get used to it. Right, search the province. Dinantas already got his heroic ability from training in Academy of War. What does he has? Heroic endurance. That's awesome. That's one of the most useful abilities. If leveled up, it can guarantee that he won't end up tiring in the middle of the battle. Not the way I'm going to set up him, but still. Right. Research. More research. God damn it. More minotaurs. I mean more centaurs. How many harpies do we have? 9. That's bearable. Right. Construct building. We have enough for palisades. That's the crappiest fort of them all. But I need just a fort. A place to recruit more pens. Holy cows. Doing his thing. I guess we can attempt on this province. Oh, we don't have that option. That's winter time. It's cold and the mountain passes are completely closed. So we have to wait with conquering this one, and I strongly suspect it will be taken by Wenheim long before that. Alright, what else can I do in the meantime? Let me think. We can take this province to pit our centaurs against heavy cavalry. It's probably be alright. And then with all my troops, including this bunch, we can try an attempt on the fort. We'll have 2 priests to counteract scaly spam, 1 caster to provide at least some measure of magic support. Probably she'll be just casting protection, and then we charge and hope for the best. Alright, that's Helheim. So they are pretty close. Look at this bullshit. I think Kailas is somewhere thereabouts. So it's like more than a half of the map for one rest player to play around in. I don't like this at all. Right. We need to scout this thing further. Here you go. You can stay here actually. I need to know how when what kind of force they will bring against those barbarians, if any. This harpy is doing things. We need more scouts. We need more dryads. Dryad mother is not that cost effective, almost twice the cost, only 3 bonus research points. So if we can't afford a pen, we're going for dryads. Oh, no we don't. We don't have even enough cash for a dryad. What to make of it then? Guess we can cut the scouts for today. That will be 130. Enough for a Hierophant or Hierophantid even. Alright, I like this one better. Higher precision, any good bow, she will do wonders with it. She's also a commander, and no matter which one of those two schools of magic she gets, she will be able to buff herself before starting to shoot her bow. It will be either quickness for water or eagle eyes for nature. Both are very beneficial when fighting at range. No more centaurs for me. That's a bummer. All scouts are in a place. What kind of god do they have? The crone. It's like most cheap of the human mages. Basically it's an old lady with a huge magic powers. Like a mega witch or something. Well, that's useful to know. She's usually strong death magic wise. Maybe astral, that would be nice. Or come to think of it, it won't, because I don't have any astral magic. Speaking of which, someone fucking managed to kill the gun. So no astral mage for me, even mercenary one. Right, provinces are coming along nicely. Income is up to 860 per turn, so we can pop our third fort pretty soon. Only thing that really worries me is the fact that one of those buggers will declare a war on me next turn, and I am completely unprepared. I need about a year more to turtle up to get the spells that I want, to put some more forts up, things of that nature. Right, let's go further. Haven't found any nature sites. That's bad. I need those. Alteration. That would be level 3. Protection. Protection is kinda crappy. It will cover an area of 1. That means 3 satyrs or 2 centaurs at the very most. Even if you set all your troops on hold and attack, you'll get like 3 casts before they leave the range of the spell. So that's not very effective, but better than nothing, I guess. I'm actually waiting with a bated breath for level 4 because Swarm is good. It requires 1 nature gems but spawns a lot of bugs that will delay your enemy. It's like scaly spam but with weaker units and a lot more of them. And insects are immune to banish because they're not undead. That will take me about 3 or 4 more turns to get there. Center read research for now, only 8 research points, but whatever. We take in the province, very low casualties, nothing of note happened otherwise. I hope they won't declare on me just yet. And best of all would be if they declare war on each other. That would be quite a good thing. Alright, let's set up our big battle. Centaurs will stand and fight. White Minotaurs will stand and cast, mostly. Sermon of Courage. I guess 2 of those would be nice. You stay as way back as possible. You spam protection. Tune of Growth. That's basically the same spell as Entangling Roots, but area of effect 15 around the caster. Not that useful. Tune of Fear. Again. Tune of Dancing Death. Again, same problem. Those things can be usable on well-geared Pan who can withstand being in the middle of enemy army. But we are far away from tagging our commanders with magical items. So it's protection spam for now. Even if she has a few people getting the buff, it's still much better chances for us, considering the amount of troops we're going up against. Alright, you can snuggle here in the middle of this big centaur pack. This way you hopefully will buff them. You can't control who your mages cast their spells on exactly, but the rule of the thumb is they target the most amount of HP they can cover on one cast when it comes to buffs. So she most likely will hit this area with our Minotaur, then she'll going to spam spells around this way. Hopefully. Alright, 1 more province. That brings a total to 5, 10, 12. Well, what else can I reasonably expect to take? Maybe this one. Maybe certainly this one. That will be 15. That's something I can work with, at least. Right, and there's armor spreading like a plague. It's fire magic, death magic, all sorts of fun stuff. One more thing, why does those bloodhenge druids wasn't somewhere this way around? I could really use a couple of bloodhenge druids, and dryads would have made a short work of them. They'll be serving me by now. But armor will have some trouble ramming through those dark vines, and then when they actually conquer the province, you pretty much lose the ability to recruit the bloodhenge druids. They are not part of this assortment of troops. there will be like a regular druids or something. So here you go forwards. After I'll search this province, I'll probably go to mountains and pretty much any province I would care to examine after that. I can actually think about sending this girl to search stuff. On open plains there are some chances to get an air site, and I would be pretty stoked if I could get myself a little bit of air gem income. So far I only get this tiny amount plus some gems from random events that won't be replenished. Alright, how's our research looking? Not very promising, but I guess we'll do with what we can. How much this fellow costs? Oh, he's completely inept at research. He's inept at research by design, I think, because he's an uneducated tribal shaman. But he has a tiny chance of death magic, so if you really starved for death mages, you can probably fish for one. You'll spend the whole year recruiting those guys, maybe you'll get one that can cast death magic site search spell. No matter, I think I'll going to start searching sites and then double down on research and centaur recruitment. Wow, that's perfect. 0 resources, 0 holy points. That's what I'll be recruiting from now on, I think. Right. Troops in position. Couple more scouts just in case. This guy continues to pump. When he gets an extra experience star, I think I'll try and actually get him some action. Right, mercenaries wise, still only this bunch. Those are Tritons, they can't be recruited on land, and there is only one water province on the whole map. So, go figure, those are completely useless. If you conquer the water province, you won't need mercenaries. And you can't use them on land because they completely aquatic and can't get on a dry surface under any circumstances. Right, and turn. Battle, we won. Lost centaur warriors. Bowls, I like those. We got a torn spear that one of the sorceresses was wielding. Not that's a very good weapon, but it's a magic weapon nonetheless. Everybody's dead. Let's look how it actually came out. They're buffing themselves. Oh my god. A stray arrow to the face, and this guy is berserking. So he'll run forward and probably smack some people around with his axe. Not that I expected him to do, but what do you... You'll never know what your guys will exactly do in a battle. That's one of the appeals of this game. You can plan all you like, but random events will still mess your plans up now and then. Okay, he's buffing. Oh my god. I didn't set this pack on hold and attack. So there's basically those and our hero in some time, because he's much slower. Where were my eyes? Those are ethereal, only 25% chance to hit with non-magic weapons, but our centaurs have like 2 attacks, so they don't care. They're killing off. Our Dryad still spams protection. Did she hit herself? No, not herself, not the Prophet. Who actually got protection buff, I wonder. I bet it's archers. No, not archers. What the balls? Who got the buff? I want to show it off. Maybe satyrs. You can spot it actually when you see someone vulnerable to fire. It's a side effect of the bark skin. Yes, here you go. Protection gets sky high because it's 10 from bark skin plus whatever armor you happen to be wearing on top of that. There are some diminishing returns, but it's still way above anything any of our enemies have. 27 HP, and then blessed plus 4 HP from our god's nature magic. Pretty scary. Not as scary as you can get if you specifically tailor your god to provide powerful buffs, but good nonetheless. Alright, our centaurs power through, despite of me being an inept commander and forgetting to check their orders. Murder cavalry, murder infantry, murder everything. Thankfully our prophet does indeed spam banish. This guy whacks people with his axe. Does he get any kills? We'll see that after the battle. All the undead they summoned got completely pulverized by our centaurs. Ow. Those screams. Poor sorceresses. Alright. He got the spear. He can take it for all I care. 8 kills in melee. What do you know? He actually did a better job running around chopping people than he would have done if he stayed behind and spammed punish. Alright. Now we'll give him all the troops. He can take up to 3 squads without any penalty. So that's exactly what he'll get. Rest of satyrs. A whole bunch of centaurs. Go ahead and spread the love around. Maybe we should try this province first. It's a swamp, so it's crappy resource-wise and income-wise, but it has increased chance to get magic sites. Plus, if we won't get it, they will get it quite soon. So, I guess it's this one. A second experience star. His protection is at 15 without any kind of armor. Leather hauberk is not an armor, it's a sad imitation of one. We'll get much better things later on in the game. You can go back and assist with, I don't know, maybe we should try and build a second fort here. It would cost us a fucking fortune because farmlands often have a more expensive forts on them. But I need third castle, so I'll have to spend some cash. Scouts, go further and find me the Kailasa capital. You'll go search things this way. I don't know, something like that. You'll go there, you'll search there. Oh, that's an armor capital. Look at how many land they can possibly grab. Because when Chaim decided for some reason to expand my way, we'll end up in a situation when I'll destroy my neighbors. I'll have to compete with a nation that has about as much land as I am. Well, makes for an interesting game, I think. One more pen, because now I have the cash. More centaurs. This guy will gonna get his ass back and pick up those centaurs. Since he's our level 3 priest, he'll be divine blessing. Blesses every unit on a battlefield. And his army will consist of white centaurs exclusively, so it's kinda perfect match. You research. You search for air magic. How many harpies does she has? 13. When she gets around 40, I'll dump them somewhere when they'll later be used as a patrol squad. Okay, one more thing to do before I wrap this episode up is to check out the throne we actually captured. The lower throne spreads the minion, produces 5 blood slaves per turn. I can use blood slaves. In fact, I can use as many as I can get, as early as I can get. So, change of plans, you stay here and capture the throne. Then you'll go get your centaurs, and there will be quite a bunch of them by that time. Right, lower throne is ours, and I'll see you next time.